Alright, welcome back to the stream. We're getting ready for match 2 for us for the night. With me here is Bizer.
Oh, thanks, Pitney. Thanks. How are you, mate?
Not too bad. Oh, just trying to get over these nerves, having to push all the buttons tonight. Bit of a change.
Oh. Yeah, mate. I tell you, it's when you first start doing it, I really can't talk experience because I don't push the buttons. I pull the strings. Look, yeah, doing broadcasting and production is tough in itself, and as well as you have to do commentary as well, and that's what Rocket League does, because they only allow you a 2-player slot unless you play 2-on-2, which not many teams like to do in these pro division leagues. But yes, this is GameStar TV, ladies and gentlemen, and my name is Bizer. Big Nick is your production producer for the night. In his special comments, man, he is doing well, apparently, that he says. We just had that match prior to us, Ripple Esports taking on Legacy, and Legacy took it out 4-1. Lovely done by Legacy. Ripple Esports, shout out, and I'll tip my hat to you guys because you did really well to keep yourselves in the match. But it was a tough game from that. And going on earlier in the night, that was on the Peanut Gallery TV, the boys of Invidious took out another one. And look, just off your thoughts, Pete Nick, and just off power rankings and at least the season prior, another one were unstoppable. They were pretty much beating every single team, and really challenging Legacy at the top. But they've lost 2 matches in a row now, and they're sitting at the equal bottom with Ripple Esports. Yeah,
they really are in quite the slump at the moment. Like, we saw them finish off last season so strong in such a close final for the season, but I'm not sure whether it's just that they've been inactive in the off season and that sort of let them get a bit sloppy, and I'm not really too sure, but it's just not the strong team that we saw at the end of last season.
Look, I can't really talk in terms of for another one and whether they've had a practice schedule with scrimming and they're continuing to improve. But yeah, there's a little bit of a form slump in there, and I think I think there was a little bit of Legacy going through that as well. So top teams is sort of getting challenged at the moment, and really just trying to find within themselves to go right, get back up to the top, anything. But I don't think another one will be losing too many more games. They will be working themselves to try and get up in there. But Invidious, that's really good knock by them to see them and come through and beat another one. That moves them with a 2-win, so they'll be sitting on top of the ladder right now, looking for the teams tomorrow to try and match them. Now, the game, Heart and Swole and Alpha Sydney. Heart and Swole lost to Invidious last week, so they've got a tough reign to go in terms of their development and moving through it. The only team also without a sponsor in the pro division. So if you're a sponsor out there and looking for Heart and Soul, get on them. And correct me if I'm wrong. I hope I'm not. And Alpha Sydney last week, coming off a win against Legacy, the 3-2 grind out match right at the end. Alpha Sydney taken away from Legacy. So it's they're up the top right now. They're in some really hot form. Heart and Soul, big challenge for them tonight.
Yeah, Alpha Sydney, they've put a bit of a target on their head now, taking out Legacy in the first round, placing them on the top. Excellent form by them, but now everyone's going to be coming for them. So it's, whether Heart and Soul are up to the challenge, I'm keen to see whether they come out swinging or if they're a bit timid while they test out, seeing how Alpha Sydney plays now that they're the top dog.
Do we see some changes in the power rankings, do you reckon? Do you think tonight's games, this week's results could start to move the power rankings around a little bit? Alpha Sydney sort of continued to hold their reign up there, and the different teams move up and down.
Do you think
it's going to sort of stay around the same?
I reckon this week I'm not seeing as big a change as last week. I think last week the events of last week, there was 2 big upsets, and I think that's what's going to have the biggest effect on the power rankings. And we're sort of seeing, I think this is sort of returning back to what we're expecting so far, but we're still seeing some strong performances from some of the teams lower on the rankings, so we're still going to see some movement, I think. But
we're going to get into the match. Heart and Swole taking on Alpha Sydney and the boys of Heart and Swole on the blue side. Dogpa, Mickey Benange, and Sifo. And for the boys, which is Oh, there's Dogpa. Yep. And for the boys of Alpha Sydney, Dicky, Dumbo, and Stoney, the first Rocketeer. I just love that graphic. And I tell you, I would have loved to see some Australian tags come in, like Cybergamer season champions and GRL season champions. That's a hint out there for Psionics. But there's an opening here coming for the boys of Alpha Sydney. Mick Minaj doing everything possible. Sidebar holds it out for the team as well. Wow, what a crazy start, Beatnik.
Yeah. Unfortunately for Alpha Sydney, the crossbar making an excellent save there. But they're still keeping the offense on really hard at the moment, so we're going to see a lot more attacks onto goal here.
Stoney working the cross in, Dicky coming through to finish it. Up the Dumbo slam! And Sidebar just helps it out. Defense play for the boys of Heart and Swole. And I've got to get used to saying that. It's a big shot from Stoney. Let's just flip on to Stoney's game and have a quick look at how he did this. Picks up the Hungy straight to the point. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. If you want a tip on how to shoot goals at full pace, that's how you do it. Get off the nos at the end and just let it guide over the top of the defenders.
Yep, Alpha Sydney are definitely holding strong in this match so far. They've had a lot of really close shots at goal, and so far their greatest enemy has been the crossbar. So I think we're going to see a lot more shots, and I think Heart and Swole really need to step up and start pushing back.
I think it's just getting themselves on the scoreboard right now. Sifo gets the opportunity, works back down, but Stoney gets in the way, works a second, now the third effort. A third effort, it's a shot on goal. Mickey has to save, and it's a big save for Heart and Swole. Sifo, well, that should have been a shot on goal. Instead, he just crosses it down to the side. Lets Alpha Sydney do the defensive work. Dicky was the first whiff of the night for him. Dogpa, up he goes. Nice little backboard action, but they can't get through. The double save from Alpha Sydney strong, but it's reopened again. There's only one on the goal line, and that's Stoney. He doesn't miss. He clears for his team. Now they run it down the wall. Off the wall, Dicky goes. It's going. Has to be saved by Dogpa. The second touch from Stoney. Big from Alpha Sydney. The momentum run to play right now, looking too dangerous and too strong, Beatnik.
Yeah, both these shots from Stoney so far, and we're just sort of seeing where that he's owning the first Rocketeer title at the moment. Both of those shots were nice angles, and he sort of managed to get just what was needed to get them in.
Ball set off the middle there. Up goes Dicky, looking for the finish. Just a little bit too much power on the end. He did get his third touch, but it was the backboard recipient action. A demo coming from Sifo, just holding out the defense there. As Sifo tries to work it again, whiffs past it. Sifo the whiffo, as he's been proven to do a couple of times, and here's an opportunity for Stoney. Couldn't get it. Dicky just works it back over the top. Sifo nicely done off the wall. Past as Dogpa called out in the wrong position now. A little bit of a clearance work has to come from Dumbo as he heads it back to his teammate, and Stoney hits it forward. Sifo does nicely just to drop the ball on the wrong side of Stoney. Now back defensively, Dumbo has to work it off the wall. It's a big shot off the clearance off the wall there, and it's just sent it up in the middle. Chance for Dicky. He's working it on, but it's cleared nicely by Dogpa. And at the moment, it's all attack from Alpha Sydney and all defense from the boys of Heart and Swole.
Yeah, Alpha Sydney have really stepped up. They have just got so much coordination with their players. Every clear that they've got isn't just a clear. It's a clear and it's followed up with a pass straight away and a shot on goal. It's exactly what you want to see with the 3-player plays. They're just not quite able to finish them off so far. We're seeing Heart and Swole get some good defense on, but it's not enough to get the clears and start moving things forward for them. So
it's almost the story of Ripple Esports when they're trying to attack. They get the crossing in, but they can't get the main striker going.
Yeah, they just need to get the big clears and follow them up, and there you go.
Dogpa decides to plug it. Come through the middle there, nice flip on it. I couldn't think of anything else to say,
I reckon Sifo, he went for that and faked it, essentially, I think. I think he put off the defender, going for the ball, left it, and then that's where they're able to get the shot in.
Shout out to my mate Notsky One. Get some. Hanging out in RLOC. I don't know, Rocket League Central, that is, ladies and gentlemen. We were hanging out there the other night with Sirix, having a little bit of fun, late night, Rocket Leaguing as it is. 2-1 is the scoreline at the moment. Alpha Sydney in the lead, but the boys of Hart and Swole looking to finish it and come back and Dogpa again. A big shot out of the middle. 2 opportunities for Dogpa, and the opportunity is sitting out of the middle of the midfield. Easy shots on goal. Usually Alpha Sydney are defending from high shot plays, coming from the side, but coming down in the middle, it is open game at the moment. And Dogpa will be loving it at the moment. Confidence is high for Hart and Swole. Scoreline 2-0 here. I wonder who's going to break the deadlock, Beatnik.
I think this is what Hart and Swole needed. Just, oh no. Just I thought they were starting to bring it back, get their confidence going. Then Dicky was able to just get a nice hit off the wall and follow up the shot himself. The one-man play. Nice work, Dicky.
Dicky loves it, and the formal name of Dicky, Richard Lover 69, and then the Dick Lover 69er, and here at GameStar, we don't mind saying that. We just got to keep it clean. This is a professional pass. All right, gets out. What do you reckon about that rule, Nick? Nah, I'm not going to put you on the bus. You don't have to say to me. Dicky now helps himself to a little bit of a crossplay. He wanting to finish it as well. Dogpa waits for it. Very patient play from Dogpa. A wise head as he works himself back for a little bit of defensive boost. Over the top, Mickey B has to save for Hart and Swole. And up goes Dumbo to set up for his teammate. And Dicky wants to set it back down, but Mick Banan's just in the way there. Seconds are ticking down. Last opportunity for Hart and Swole, but they're nowhere near the ball right now. And Dicky just works it forward. Mickey up to the top. Sifbo, it's a big pinch up. Can they fly and finish? Dogpa's working. Stoney does the team play. 2-man up for Hart and Swole. Ball will drop. Stoney will do it on that focus. And now for Sydney taking the first game. Tightly contested at the end there, Beatnik.
Yeah.
But, just at the start, it seemed to be all the way up Alpha Sydney.
Yeah, Alpha Sydney were absolutely owning the game to start off with, but Hart and Swole started coming back. And we just saw them push forward and just make some good opportunities and capitalize on them.
Well, we're just going to ready up. I've got to ready up.
Come on, Buzzer.
We've got to ready up, but there you go. Stoney just looking to be a dominant. And, you know, we don't usually see him top out the top of the scoreboard in terms of shots on goals, but he was all over it right then and there. Stoney being the defensive man for the boys at Alpha Sydney, but the rotations are looking very sharp tonight. And Hart and Swole, like we said, there's a lot for them to do. Game number 2 of the last match for the night for the CGP. And Dumbo wins that centre joust off. Nicely done there as it heads back down. Dogpa doing a little bit of a walk-in. Couldn't get it. And it's back out defensively here for Dumbo. Whacks it to Stoney. Now Dumbo should get the second here. Dogpa's going to trail it. Interesting little play. Hits it up, and that's still dangerous. Sitbo knows how dangerous it was and comes over to clear it. The Stoney whiffs past it. So does Dicky. Dumbo just racing back to goals going, what are you guys doing to me? As he gets whacked out of the way, an opportunity for Dogpa.
So close.
Well, the fact that the goalie was cleared out, that was an open goal for Dogpa.
Yeah, that was an awesome team play there to take out the goalie. And it would have been an excellent goal. He was so close, but not close enough.
Ball's back down. Dicky helps it forward to the Stoney, who's already forward.
Oh.
Redirection! Screw the redirection. The shot on goal. This is what they say in Rocket League. It's not how fast you score a goal. It's how you score it in terms of technique. Absolutely fantastic play from the boys of Alpha Sydney. And Stoney shows a little bit of skill right then and there. Fantastic work. They go ahead at the moment. You can dare say I'm a little bit of a fanboy of Alpha Sydney and Stoney himself, but when you do goals like that, why wouldn't you be?
Yeah, Stoney's really showing his first Rocketeer status at the moment because... Oh, and again... Stoney, from what I've seen of Stoney, I wasn't familiar with him before he came back to Oceania, but from what I've seen, he's not the most outgoing player, but he does exactly what's needed when it's needed. And we're seeing that tonight.
He doesn't be flashy about it, does he?
No, he's not. You never see him go for the freestyles. Like, Dicky in particular, you always see him go for the tricky shots and get the flare. Oh, so close. Liza, loving it.
Could not get it any fruit tighter than that. All holes covered. Jeez, holy moly's. Well, 2-0 scoreline. Dogpo and all the boys out for Sydney really working it there. Back defensively, up goes Sifo through the midfield. Gets it, wants the second, couldn't get it on the touch. Dogpa waiting for it in the forward line. Up goes Dicky, redirection down. Shot on from Dumbo. He's not up high enough. Coming through Stoney. Dicky gets caught. Dumbo did a little bit of redirection work. Heads it back up. Dogpa should clear here for Heart and Swole. All three of them stuck in that pocket now, rotating back. High ball off the wall. Dicky almost! Dangerous play from Alpha Sydney, beatnik.
Far out. So much aggression from Alpha Sydney at the moment. That was so close to an excellent 3-pass play, but Heart and Swole just missing the clear there when they had all of their all of Alpha Sydney pushing up. We just need to see them start getting the clears, but Alpha Sydney are just proving to be too full on with their attack at the moment, Visor.
Defensive ply there from Mickey B, helping it forward. Stoney back defense. Clear off the walls. Interesting there from Dicky. Doesn't do much as it heads back forward. A chance for him. Dogpa hits it up high. Sifo very quick on his buttons. The reflex from Sifo is quick as Mickey Benange gets up in the middle. A little bit of redirection work back to the pocket. Stoney sits down on his bonnet, helps it forward. In fact, crosses across goals. Quite dangerous play. And now the chance for Heart and Swole to finish. Big clearance from Dicky, helps it forward. Dogpa almost finishes it off. The goalie for the Heart and Swole right now heads it back. Switched back to the other side. Dumbo now with a touch, just slamming into the wall and hoping for the best as Dogpa gets up, just works into the middle. Dicky pass loop. And he's done that so many times tonight, but he looks dangerous around the net as he tries to work to the favour of the ball, but it gets cleared out by Dogpa. Sifo looking for the opportunity for a demo. Defense is strong right now, beatnik.
Where? Oh, that would have been such an awesome shot from Dicky if he managed to turn that around. Oh, no, this attack is just relentless from Alpha Sydney. We saw Heart and Swole start pushing it back there, and they got a few opportunities, but Alpha Sydney just turned it back around. Oh, Mickey B is playing a fantastic game though. He is. That center that he made before off of the wall was excellent, and that save there was incredible. So I think he's the one that's going to lift this team and possibly start getting some goals back on the board.
Well, it was Dogpa with the goals in the first game for Heart and Swole. He's a little bit quiet at the moment. He's working hard to it. Mickey Benange and Dogpa move up! Should be a goal! Oh no, it's cleared. And Alpha Sydney hold on for now. Stoney goes up. Oh! The crossbar holds it out for Sifo. That could have gone in as well. This is an interesting play by Heart and Swole. They're really looking damaging in terms of shots on goals, but can't seem to convert. It's back in front again.
Oh, there it is.
Mickey holds it up this time and guides it in instead of the power shot. Like we said before, Stoney just worked it in with the styles of how we did it before, but Mickey there just got his car in the right position, pushed it over the top of all the players going up for it. Nicely done, Mickey Benange. And you're saying there, beatnik, that he's the one who's got to get the boys back into it. 24 seconds remaining. They need to get another one very quick.
Yep. Mickey and Dogpa are playing so well in that attack there. Mickey doing the same thing that I called him out for before, where he got the great center off of the wall, and Dogpa backing him up and bringing it center again to get that shot off. Are we going to see a buzzer beater, do you think, Buzzer?
Nah, no buzzer beater here. That ball's going to drop.
Opportunity came and went.
To keep this up.
Oh, as we say it. Oh, that was close. That would have been so good.
Well, the second game is done and dusted, and the boys of Alpha Sydney, what pressure. I think it was the first half of the first game, they really sort of let the ball down and let the boys of Heart and Swole dictate pace. But from then on there, from that point on, beatnik is I find the right words to say, they've clearly dominated play. There's a lot for the boys of Heart and Swole to do now. Got to get 3 in a row, come back to the back 3. Otherwise, Alpha Sydney are going to roll out the next game and then possibly go for the 5-0.
I don't know. I think Heart and Swole are starting to push the momentum back at the moment, because that first game...
They did look dangerous.
They did. The first game, Alpha Sydney really seemed to control it. Heart and Swole started getting some goals on the board, but they didn't seem to have the control that Alpha Sydney had in that game. Whereas the second match, we started seeing them get a bit more control, start making some great plays to get the centres and get those scoring opportunities, and yeah, get the goals. So I, oh, see, they're already pushing hard at the moment. I think they're going to bring this one back.
Here's the thing: you got the opportunities to score goals. You've got to convert, and that opportunity right there was one for Dogpad to finish. Teammate got in the way, and I don't know if it's just a distraction. The screen as Sippo gets the opportunity. Dumbo and Dicky meet, headbutting each other, but they managed to clear it. It's an open chance. Stoney will get there with all his boost. Picks up the Hunji, moves forward as Dicky works the pass play. Not enough power, but Sippo's held it back into Stoney. Oh my goodness. Chance for Alpha Sydney, but they could not convert, and back down out there, and we go, Beatnik.
Both teams are playing so hard at the moment. That's why we're seeing that such close shots, but all just saved at the last seconds because they're both playing so hard. This is the sort of Rocket League you want to see from these two teams. This is going to be a close match.
Sounds a bit hard, Beatnik. Not me.
Yeah.
I went so wrong. Anyways, a minute and a half down, ladies and gentlemen, and look at these crazy shots and whiffs from everyone. No. Alpha Sydney deciding we don't care about finesse tonight. We're just going to hammer everything home as they go for another one. Dumbo over the top. Big save from Mickey Benange. And Hart and Swole get a chance to recover and reset. Here goes Duckbar. Nice pass to Sifo. He works a nice pressured ball up. Should be a clearance from Dicky. He's just held it back down. Dumbo smartly played. Almost a chance for Mickey Benange. He can't get that. Stoney works it down. There's a shot on goal.
Wow.
The sidebar. The sidebar MVP right now for both teams. Just helping them right now. Mickey Benange working the wall. Dumbo beats him to it. Sifo back down defensively. Dicky shot on goal. Open goals. And a minute and a half, ladies and gentlemen, of some insane play from both teams. And some insane, stupid comments from Bizer himself.
Do we need to call the Dicky rule on you for that one?
Yeah, timeout rule for me. Done. After Sydney, take the first one, Dick Nick.
Far out. No, I don't think anyone could call who was going to score from that play before. Both were making such excellent attempts at goals and such good plays, and it was just a matter of who got the first one, and it just happened to be Alpha Sydney there. Not discrediting that play, but both were playing so well. Hope we continue to see that level of play. This is great.
It's the opportunities that Heart and Soul have that they need to capitalise on, and then that's what I was saying earlier. When they go forward, they need to put them in. And if they can't get any more from here, then it's going to be tough. As Alpha Sydney had that one goal advantage, 2 minutes and 10 remaining as we tick down. A chance for Heart and Soul. Dogbar couldn't finish it. Mickey Benange back in the corner, gets bumped out of the way. Dicky now running it down the pocket. Dumbo should be chasing him. He's redirected back to the middle. Too much power now. Sifo gets a chance to run it down. As we see this ball wrapping around the field numerous amount of times. As Dumbo hits it to Dick, he does nicely. Stoney working it. It's a pop-on play. Can't be finished at the moment. The backboard's been used consecutive number of times. And there is Dumbo finishing it off. I think that was a 5-man shot on goal right there. Or was it 4?
Oh.
Nicely done by Dumbo.
It was just close.
Four opportunities to shoot there?
I've got to admit, I was a bit distracted trying to figure out what's going on with the HNS logo, but we're still seeing such a good game. Sorry, I'll leave it back to you, but
I'll let Beatnik just wander a little bit longer in Fairyland as the ball drops back down here. Round at number 3, and the boys out for Sydney looking to close it out. A minute and 24 seconds remaining for him. Heart and Swole, you got a lot to do. And Sifo just trying to do a little bit of a play on Stoney, and Stoney not letting it happen. Mind games for the Heart and Swole right now as Dumbo works off the pocket, defensively clears Dogpa, meets the ball there, tries to work it for a second, touching the ball for the centre, but just hits it back out. Sifo going back, defensive play, a little bit of Alpha Sydney style. As Mickey B hits it forward, the shot coming, it's cleared by Dogpa, just intercepted in the midfield there, comes back down, Mickey Benange, got to be careful because there's a tee shot for Dicky. Oh! I said he had to be careful because that was going to be a massive tee off for a goal. Didn't get it. Dicky still putting the pressure on, it's coming back down on the other side. Stoney will redirect, and here comes Dumbo. Is he in the right position? He's not. And cleared out by Dogbar, but I think the damage is done here, Beatnik. And we can call it GG's, but the boys will have to play out the 5 matches.
Yeah, I think with the way that Heart and Swole are playing, they do have the opportunity to get 2 wins against their name here. And like I've been saying, it's going to be so important for the rest of the season. But such good play from both teams. I honestly thought it would have been a bit closer. 2-0 does not feel like the game that we've seen.
And that's the fact of just how good this competition is this season. See, we're 3 seasons into a competitive league in the OCE scene, and the fact that we've got these new teams coming through and challenging these top teams, but as well as how tightly contested these matches are be, but then they end up being 4-1s or 5-0s or 3-2s, just all the scorelines possibly you could get, but like. As much as the scoreboard tells you right now, it's not how the game is played. Literally, like these games are so close. It's just getting over the line in the end. And I suppose that's probably what's going to define you being a first class professional team in the OC team and a second class. As I think I've lost Beatnik there for a moment, so we'll let him cover his thoughts. And Heart and Swole, they come back into it with a quick goal, 7 seconds, all it took. And it was Dogpa with a setup and a finish from Mickey Bernard. Stoney missed it off the wall. 3-0 at the moment. And I managed to forget my last score. Oh well. Big Nick,
Oops.
what do you reckon about Heart and Swole? Can they continue the pressure and hold up this game and get themselves into it?
I think they can. I think, like I said, I think they're getting if they get the momentum on their side for this match, if they get 1 more goal, I think they've got this game, and I think they can start bringing it back for the next one as well.
I think I've confused the Twitch chat. It is game number 4, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, they're going to play to 5. It is a series of 5. But the boys of Alpha Sydney have already picked up 3, so they take the win regardless. But this is the chance for the boys of Heart and Swole to bring back a little bit of pride and momentum into the next week's games, as well as get themselves on the stat sheet. As it is, Mickey Bernard just whipping past that ball as it's centre out. Now it's on the pocket. Dickey gets the touch. Sifo continues to follow it around, and lucky he does, because it was a scoring opportunity for Alpha Sydney. They're still putting the pressure on. Back over the corner it goes, drops down. McMinarch will wait as he picks the boost. Sifo just waiting on the wall there. Lets the ball roll over the top. Not sure if it was something meant to be set up there as Dogpa goes up, and that's a good touch there. Coming down, caught out for Sydney by surprise, and so did it caught his teammates out by surprise. But a long shot from Dumbo! Don't see this often. City and goals. Took himself up at 180. Right in the middle there. Nicely done.
That was a huge shot. Dumbo is such a good defender. I remember that from last week. Was Dumbo's defense was amazing, and we saw it a bit there. But yeah, you don't necessarily expect the massive clear into a goal like you saw there.
One thing about Dumbo is he's just as good on attack as defense. He's such an don't worry about Dumbo right now. Stoney comes through and does the wonders, and I think there's a little bit of style points on this.
Yeah.
No?
No? It was before. He got a clear out. He tried to get a pass out, which is what sent it out that way for Dumbo. That was the style shot you're thinking of. And I think you're right. Dumbo, I think, is a playmaker for this team. Oh. He's the one he seems to be great on defense, get those big clears, and start making opportunities happen. And you saw it again there with the pass centre for Stoney to get the goal.
I just think with Alpha Sydney, if they're all on Son on the night, you can't stop them. They do some crazy amount of stuff. Like the combination of Dumbo and Dickey when they go forward is so dangerous. And Dumbo sets it up for Dickey. Just courtly played. And Stoney! Whoa! Alpha Sydney putting on a show right now. I'll have a look at this, and Stoney from the long shot range comes through and finishes it off over the top. Nicely done, and we couldn't talk much more about Alpha Sydney dominating, but look, they took out Legacy last week. they could be the ones that be super dangerous in this whole league and actually get themselves up the top. You've still got games to be played out tomorrow with Nuova Gaming and Abyss Esports both sitting first and second. So it'll be interesting to see where what tomorrow's game pans out in scoreline with Alpha Sydney.
Yeah, they're
Alpha
really
Sydney take a 5-0 tonight. They can put themselves on top.
yeah, and they're just proving that last week was not an accident. It wasn't a lucky game that they got the win there. They worked hard for it, and we're seeing them just have excellent team play here and show that they're going to be a real force this season.
Dogpa doing a little bit of movement through there just to get back for the ball. Out of boost, Dickey. He's just wanted to help that to the backboard. Instead, he gets a weird touch back down to the pocket. Clearing it out there is Stoney now in the midfield. A little interesting play. I didn't see how that panned out, but Dogpa gets it forward. Dumbo and Dickey.
No.
Defense is open goal. The clear out by Dogpa. And Heart and Soul put the second on the scoreboard. Pulling back the score here. Just have a quick look how this happened. Dickey. Wrong bloody thing, Dumbo.
Dickey in chat as well.
God damn. Oh, he'll be kicking himself over that, but still, the boys have Alpha Sydney 3-2 Big Nick. This is actually quite a good game to watch right now.
Yeah, these matches have been great. Heart and Swole lost last week, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
It was Invidious, wasn't it?
That's correct.
Wow, because they have played really well. Wow.
Great response from Dickey. After what just happened, he did really well, worked it off the corner there. Dumbo helps him up. And straight past the goalie, Mickey Benage. Bad luck to him. But nicely done by Dickey, making a redeem. Big Nick, you had something to say?
Yeah, I was just saying, I don't know whether this is still just proving how condensed the competition is at the moment, or if Heart and Swole just haven't had the game that the score to match the game that they've played at the moment. Oh, but they're trying to change that this one.
Oh, look, it's a nice play there, and Dogpa. If I had to call it between a losing side for an MVP, Dogpa would be in my vote for tonight. It's been absolutely amazing for the team, Heart and Swole, and Mickey's been up there as well. But not as much as Dogpa. So it was a great little addition from them, and hopefully that continues to build the strength. Maybe you could put out the ploy of, adding a third, different sort of lineup for the boys of Heart and Swole in terms of synergy. Maybe you've got a little bit of time to work on it, but I think that's also another strong team contention. Sifo and Mickey Benage have been in the top leagues for a very long time. They know what it takes, and seeing Dogpa actually get themselves into a good team and get himself into playing these top matches, he'll actually thrive in this atmosphere as well. So it'll be interesting for Heart and Soul to see how much they can do this season, but they've got an opportunity to try and work this last goal, get themselves a game, maybe take it to overtime. Who knows? Chance for Dogpa now.
Here we go.
He gets the ball moving forward. Sifo does a little bit of redirection work, tries to get it going, now turns around for the shot on goal, but it gets cleared by Dickey and Dumbo. They'll drop that ball, and Alpha Sydney will go 4-0 in this series and look to take it out of 5 straight. So this is amazing stuff right now. And Heart and Soul, you're calling it. They're really having a crack. But and like you said, it's such close games tonight, but they just can't get that end point going. Alpha Sydney just being too strong time after time.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that Heart and Swell can get a game under their belt this next one, because they deserve at least this match, I think, with the way that they've been playing. They've been playing so hard, and it's just Alpha Sydney have just been playing. They've both been playing so well. I'm just surprised that we're seeing a 4-0 right now.
Well, maybe they're listening to me and a little bit inspired about getting themselves on top of the ladder, and would you not be? Org would love to see that in week number 2. So they continue the pressure right now, and Dickey with a massive fly. The sidebar just holds it out for him. The woodwork doing its best possible job for the boys of Heart and Swole. Dogpa just working that around the side. Can't get it past the Alpha Sydney boys as they clear out. Dumbo now going down for the goal. Stoney pass. Dumbo finish. Ball cam to give you the previous sight. Have a look at this. Dickey looking to get in the way of Dumbo, but Dumbo open goal. Heart and Swole called out of position.
Good read by Dumbo just to see that there was only one defender, too close, caught out of position, and all he had to do was just get it over his head and an easy shot.
Dicky the chance, moving it down the wing. Going back defensively to Stoney. Just gets in the way, butts it at the moment. Dogpa holding it up. He gets a chance for this. He goes over the top, but Dumbo's there blocking the underneath side as Dicky now works it up the top. A lot of aerial play coming from both teams. Stoney gets it past the defense right now. Dicky does well to catch Dogpa off guard. The pop-up from Stoney. It's not a great one for the boys of Alpha Sydney, but they'll try and work it. Dogpa does well to get around and clears it for his team. Mickey now chasing it. Leaves it for Sifo to try and do something off the wall there. Stoney will get a touch on it. And Alpha Sydney now working to an attack. Stoney comes back for his second. Can't get the touch he wants, but Dicky does it for him. Here comes Dumbo to finish. Knocks out one goalie. But the other was already up, saving the ball. The double defense from Hart and Swole. The flip from Dumbo. Stoney can't finish. Alpha Sydney looking dangerous, but now here's Hart and Swallow's chance. The rotations are so quick from Alpha Sydney right now.
Yeah, they're I don't think they're playing as hard as they have been earlier because the defending player seems to be taking their time to come up to the attack. They're really picking their moments, and I think they're really playing the tactical game here and trying to keep that lead. They don't want to... It's not that they don't want to get goals, it's that they don't want to lose the lead that they've got at the moment, I think.
And shout out to the guys trying to use the bot commands. GameStar does host different games every night, so we don't change the brackets every night, just for the tournaments we do. So that is a hot bracket, just for you guys. So shout out for that. As it is, here's a chance for Alpha City to finish. Dicky with an almost chance. He gets shoved out of the way by Dogpa as he tries to work the defense for Hart and Swole. Dicky back in the corner, back in the midfield there, just hits it off the wall. Crosses over, a nice clearance there as Mickey B helps himself to a side play. Ball back down, no one for the strike. He's going, boys, where are you? It was set up lovely there. Sifo gets a nice high play as well. Dumbo over the top just to clear for his team. Now Dicky chasing it down the wing, does well. Pop-up time play, and they're finished. Should it come? Dumbo gets out of position. A little too much pace. Stoney turns around. Dumbo with a shot. A little wide. Back, just a way too much wide there. I think it was more of a cross for his team as it centers back down. 2 minutes remaining. Beat Nick. Tight contested game right now. Hart and Swole.
Hart and Swole.
Take the last one, you reckon?
It's still open. It's only one goal. There's 2 minutes left. There's plenty of time for things to turn around, and their defense is going really well. That pass center before, I think, wasn't that it was a big center that went too far. It was actually a pull shot off of Sifo, I think it was, ruining the pass that they were going to make. So it's just proving that their defense is on point. Now they just need to get their attack happening as well.
Ball set up for Dicky to do his stuff. And he does a little bit of style points, but just a little wide there and heads back out. Stoney going forward for his team. Hart and Swole is forced to defend time after time, putting the brakes on and going back for boost. Now it goes back around. Dicky gets the chance, just hits it straight into the ball. Nothing really setting up for Alpha Sydney. Stoney gets played out here for Hart and Swole. And Dogpa can't finish it, can't set anything up for his team. He comes back out. Dumbo sets it up on the wall, looking for the second. Dogpa just hits it up at the moment as we go into the minute mark. Still plenty of time. Can the boys Hart and Swole go for it? They do. Dogpa was looking to steal Mickey Benange's shot, but we're now leveled up. And it was nicely read by Mickey. I think Stoney was a little bit devoted. He put it back in the middle straight to a Hart and Swole player. 1-0's the scoreline. Beat Nick. The boys of Hart and Swole are in it.
They've got a chance. I think they still need to start attacking harder. They don't seem to be right on those shots and seem to be focusing on the defense and taking their time to go for those attacking shots when they should be right on it. Oh. As I say it, they missed the defense there. And a good read by Stoney.
As you say that, Stoney does all the work he needed to do. And that's his jam. Anything comes in the back half, he cleans it up. And he does very well to keep that on the floor and splitting the defenders. You're talking about attack and defense. The thing about an attack, if you go full out, is you open up your defense. And that's what happens if you try to continue to go that. 30 seconds remaining. The backs up against it. The 5-0 is coming from Alpha Sydney. Unless Heart and Soul can do anything about it. And now it's dropping back in front of goal. Dickey just dangerously flirting with it. Sifo helps to the side. A chance for Dogpa. Mickey Benange is nowhere to be seen. Dumbo's running it down the wing. Looks for the play. Straight to Dickey. Shut up, goal. Oh, the corner. The corner saves it out. Stoney, Dumbo trying to hold it back as it ticks down. Last final roll of the dice for Heart and Swole. But it drops down. And Dumbo will just bring it to the ground in the pocket there. The GGs go out. And more importantly, the scoreline. I honestly don't think it's really a true representation of how the game was played tonight. But Nick, I honestly don't feel 5-0 is the right way to call this, because the boys at Heart and Soul did so well, and they actually had those opportunities where they could have taken those games and really challenged Alpha Sydney.
Yeah, I'm definitely with you. Both teams played so hard, and it was so neck and neck for so much of it. It's just that Alpha Sydney seemed to be the ones that came out with those last moments to get the win there. And yeah, I'm honestly feeling for Heart and Swell right now, not getting a win under their belt for that one.
Who do we go for MVP? Who do you reckon?
I reckon we can't go past Stoney.
I think Stoney had a blinding game. He had an absolutely ripper of a game.
Yep, chat agrees. Straight on it. Everyone's on Stoney. He was just exactly what was needed when it was needed. He never really went for those style shots, like I was saying, and he just, I don't know, there was those shots where all the defenders were rushing out. He got the read, threads the needle along the ground, straight through the center of them. It's just what you needed to do in that situation to make the goals happen. And yeah, I like seeing him step up and start getting the goals. He's usually a bit more subdued and making things happen, but this time he was the one getting the scores. So I'm definitely with you on. I think did you say Stoney, or did I just run along with that?
Nah, I didn't say anything. I'm just letting you choose. And Twitch chat did it for you. I agree with Stoney, but an honourable mention to Dogpa for Heart and Soul. Had a blinder of a match as well. Come into it. The new addition for Heart and Soul. So just having a quick look at the ladder, that is 2 losses for Heart and Swole, 2 losses for another one, and 2 losses for Ripple Esports tonight. That bottom of the ladder, it's interesting. Those are going to be your bottom 3 for now. And we're going to see Alpha Sydney contest the top. They'll go to the top at the moment. But interesting, there's one more match left to be played out, and that's Abyss Esports Club and Nuovo Gaming. Top of the table clash. It's going to be amazing. These are, Abyss have come from the CGI last season, dominating through the season and dominating the grand final. But Nuovo, being, the former Gameroos, coming out of pretty much nowhere. These guys haven't played any comps in the CGS of yet. Managing to hit this top league already and being one of the contenders of the top in the OCE. I think there's going to be an amazing match. It's not played tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's scheduled for tomorrow out on the Peanut Gallery TV channel. So that'll be on tomorrow night. What time is that? 8 p.m. So 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, that will be playing. But I can't wait for that beat. Nick, you're going to tip a winner on that one, or you're still sitting on the fence?
After seeing how Abyss played last week, I want to see them start taking a bit from Nuovo. They've, like you've said, they've come out of nowhere and they've just done so well and really started pushing themselves to the top of the scene. But Abyss, with how they played last week, I want to see them give them a run for their money.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited for Abyss's lineup, and I think it's, they're the ones who've worked hard over the season. They've been around for a while and they've worked themselves into the CGI scene last season, and they did really well to get where they are. So that they're the team that's come through. Like you could say, Nuovo Gaming, well, you guys have just got the talent's there, but you haven't grinded out a season in the lower ladders yet. So people will probably more so side with Abyss, but I think there's a bandwagon on Nuovo again. I don't know. I'm actually on the fence with this. I kind of want to see both teams win, but just at the form, I think Nuovo Gaming will win it 3-2, but I wouldn't be surprised if Abyss take it as well.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's going to be 3-2, but it really could go either way.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that will be on Peanut Gallery TV tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Wasted will confirm with you, the Cybergamer admin that's sitting in the chat right now. Shout out to Wasted. We're just going to do a quick recap of tonight's results on Peanut Gallery tonight. We had Nvidius and another one, and Nvidius taking the win 3-2 over the end. A real strong play from Nvidius. We haven't seen them in much play thus far between the breaks. Didn't participate. Well, they did participate in the GRL, but it wasn't crazy stuff for them. And another one as well. These two teams sort of tinkering on some form issues, but Nvidia's got the win. Another one will be sitting down at the bottom of the ladder with Ripple Esports and Heart and Swole on 2 losses for the season. So it'll be interesting little work to see how another one reacts. And Nvidia's will be sitting in the middle of the pack there, continue to go on their form. And after that, we had Ripple Esports and Legacy on GTV1, and Ripple Esports, even though the scoreline was 4-1, even though Legacy continued to push through that game and win, Ripple Esports really took it up to them, Beatnik, and I think it was a really good sign to come for Ripple Esports. They're not the top 4 in my opinion. I think Ripple Esports have a lot to work on, but the skill and the talent in that team, they certainly can work in that if they grind out the season well and continue to push into the next coming season of Cybergamer. Yeah,
definitely. They've, like you said, they've got the talent. This is going to be a tough season for them, I think. But if they learn from it and they grow from it, which I think they will, next season they're going to be a really good contender.
So Legacy Esports taking out 4-1, and it was good play there. MVP, man of the match was Aaron. Fantastically done. And the last one there, if you guys just join us, we just had Heart and Swole take on Alpha Sydney, and it was a 5-0 result. And a 5-0 result on paper, looking at in terms of how Heart and Swole played, I think is not a true representation. I think Heart and Swole did really well tonight. They tried pushing Alpha Sydney, but this is actually the first time I've seen Stoney turn on the NOS. I think he's been lingering, getting used to Dumbo and Dicky, and just playing it out, being a team man. But tonight, he really took it to a whole new level. Stoney, the MVP of the match, dominating for Alpha Sydney, and I think it's just off his back. That's why it was a 5-0 Beatnik.
Yeah, I think he's being the new addition to the team. I reckon we've probably seen him a bit more subdued just because he is the new addition. And now that they're starting to get used to each other, he's getting used to being part of the team. Now is why we're starting to see him step up. And oh man, I'm excited to see where Alpha Sydney go from here.
I'm really excited. They're going to be the top contention for the season, along with Legacy and New Evo Gaming, depending on how they go tomorrow. I'm excited about it all. There is one more match for the Pro League playing tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on Peanut Gallery. That is the boys of Abyss Esports taking over gaming. But for now, this has been Bizer and Beatnik in the GameStar studios with all your Rocket League action for Cybergamer. We'll see you next time.